Hi, I'm Tony Forte, and I'm the office manager here at Forte's Classic Garage.
I'm Chris Forte. I am the head fabricator. Passion is a very, very important part of it, because these are more extensions of these person's personalities.
Sure. From when it first comes in, I'll start building a vision for it. So I'm already trying to figure out how we can make it look cooler, or what little things we can change that sets it apart. If something catches my eye and I know, like, oh, we need to put that on this guy's car, you know, I'm in the next day and I'm like, we got to do this. And then sometimes he's probably like, oh, great, here's another thing I got to build. But
I'm trying, you know, like as the fabricator, I'm trying to make things work.
Everybody has that car they first went to high school in, that they now work 40 hours a week their whole lives to afford to build or whatever, and they want to relive that. Ultimately, we're just trying to make someone's dream come true, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we do.
My grandfather, Dominic Forte, started this business in 1956. Prior to that, he was a mechanic in the Air Force, and after the war, he built up a regular clientele, and one of his customers convinced him to start his own shop, and with a handshake and a $5,000 loan from that customer, we started Forte's Super Service.
Our father kind of took over, I want to say in the mid-70s. Do you know when he took over?
In
70-something?
6 or 7, yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm Dom Forte. I'm Chris and Tony's dad. I took it over from my dad in 1977, and basically now my sons Chris and Tony are running the business, whether I like it or not. I mean, no.
He grew up with all these old cars that are like ancient to us. He kind of grew up with them and started restoring them on the side. Every night he would bring a different car home, and then he had to take us to school in the morning, and most of them are Corvettes or nothing has a rear seat, or he's got the fold down rear seat in the Mustang, so he would shove me in the passenger seat first, and then he would shove Chris next to me, and then I'd have to grab the seat belt because they're lap belts, and he'd have to grab the other one, and he'd buckle us in.
probably not recommended.
And then he'd take us to school every morning in some crazy, wild, you know, muscle car.
We didn't realize at the time the uniqueness
Had no
of that
clue.
experience.
Yeah, if anything, we were kind of like, why are we, you know, everybody's looking at us. What is going on right now? And now Chris and I are kind of starting to take over. And Chris made the decision to go full-blown custom classic cars.
Yeah, I can't work. I can't work on minivans and your basic passenger car.
When you're in a classic,
yeah,
everybody honks at you. You get thumbs up at every traffic light. Like, it's an experience.
the kids love it. They don't understand why everybody wants to wave to them, but they've gotten used to, because they're 3 and 5 years old. So they just think everybody is friendly. And they're always, even at traffic lights, they just wave at people who aren't waving at them. They just think that's what you do.
We are known for being Mustang specialists in the area. There's probably not a more American car than the Mustang. There's a Mustang story in every household, I feel like, in America.
That Mustang over there, I called up my wife-to-be, and I said, are you interested in going half on this Mustang? My mother proceeds to call my wife-to-be and says, are you out of your mind? You're not married yet. You should not give him any money towards this car. You know, that's crazy. I would never do anything like that. And I'm going, thank you, Mom. You know, so in the glove box is a bag of rice from our honeymoon. It was at our wedding. They decorated it and everything. That was my wife's favorite car to drive because it's extremely fun to drive. It's very agile, and it's also a very rare color. It's been sitting now since 2001, unfortunately, and she wants it back on the road.
We have a Mustang 2 in the shop. It's a 1978. It's actually a long-time customer of ours because my dad has a way of building great relationships with his customers, and this guy's been around probably since before I was born. And the Mustang 2 is actually his dad's, who recently passed away, so he pulled it out of the garage and brought it here so we could, you know, bring it back to life and clean it up and get it up and running again, and so he can just enjoy it and obviously remember his dad.
We have a 78 Impala in the shop. This car has quite a history.
Yeah, it's a really good friend of ours. It's his family car.
He was literally born in the back seat. He's from a rural area in Alabama, and on the way to the hospital, was born right there in the back seat.
It went on to be his first car, like driving to high school. He's got just tons of memories in it, and it ended up just being buried in the family garage for the past 20 years or so,
Yeah.
and we finally convinced him to dig it out, and we're gonna really customize it and let him enjoy it in a totally different way.